Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a real cat fight as the Blue Valley Tigers, coached by Catherine Witten, are taking on the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars, coached by Vonda Morris. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from Blue Valley.
Hi, I'm Overall, and I'm a junior this year at Blue Valley.
Hi, I'm Vince Orozco, and I am also a junior this year at Blue Valley.
Hi, I'm Joshua, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Nikhil, and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm a senior.
And our contestants from Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Spencer, and I'm a senior.
I'm Garrett, and I'm a junior.
I'm Catherine, I'm a junior.
I'm Olivia, and I'm a junior.
All right, welcome to Categories. In this first round, we will take turns answering questions over a variety of categories. If the team responds correctly, they will earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that category. We did a coin toss before recording, and it was won by the Tigers. So Blue Valley, here is the first category. It is vocabulary, and it is multiple choice. Is the proletariat the upper class, middle class, lower class, or clergy? Vince.
Lower class.
It is the lower class. Over to you, Cougars. General knowledge. It also is a multiple choice question. Which of these foods contains the largest amount of vitamin C? Vitamin C. Carrots, lima beans, sweet potatoes, or tomatoes? Spencer?
Tomatoes.
It is tomatoes. Back over to you, Tigers. Math and measurement. There are 2,000 pounds in an English ton. How many kilograms are there in a metric ton? Overall?
1,000.
1,000. Nice job. Back to you, Cougars. Government and economics. What form of government is characterized by an authoritarian nationalism, institutional racism, and forcible suppression of the opposition? Olivia?
Dictatorship.
Cannot accept dictatorship. Tigers, chance to steal this government and economics question. What form of government is characterized by authoritarian nationalism, institutional racism, and forcible suppression of the opposition? Vince?
Fascism.
It's fascism. Staying with you, Tigers. Fine arts, musicals is the category. Cervantes' classic Don Quixote was adapted to a Broadway musical. Give me that title. Time. Cougars, chance to steal this fine arts musicals category. Cervantes' classic Don Quixote was adapted to a Broadway musical. Give me that title. Catherine?
Les Miserables. Les Mis, but the
Nope.
Les Miserables.
I cannot accept that. It's The Man of La Mancha. Man of La Mancha. All right. Cougars, here we go. You get the next category, and also, again, is fine arts. Who was Constance Weber? Time. Tigers, chance to steal this fine arts category. Who was Constance Weber? Vince?
A poet.
Not a poet. It was Mozart's wife. Mozart's wife. Blue Valley, staying with you. U.S. government is the category. It's a fairly long question, so here we go. What corporation was created by a 1967 act of Congress to, quote, facilitate the development of educational radio and television broadcasting, and to afford maximum protection to such broadcasting from extraneous interference and control? Joshua?
PBS?
It is PBS. Northwest, current events is your category. A suspect was arrested for mailing pipe bombs to a number of top Democrats and celebrities. The first bomb discovered was mailed to whom? Spencer?
Hillary Clinton.
Not Hillary Clinton. Tigers, chance to steal this current events question. A suspect was arrested for mailing pipe bombs to a number of top Democrats and celebrities. The first bomb discovered was mailed to whom? Overall?
President Obama.
It was not Obama. It was George Soros. George Soros. Had lots of choices on that one, unfortunately. All right, Blue Valley, we are coming back to you. Science, biology is the category. What is the indentation in the skin from which the hair grows? What is that called? Joshua?
The follicle?
It is called the follicle. Back to you, Cougars, with literature. According to Ralph Waldo Emerson, what will happen if a man builds a better mousetrap? Spencer?
Mouse will get smarter.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Blue Valley, chance to steal this literature question. According to Ralph Waldo Emerson, what will happen if a man builds a better mousetrap? Vince?
He'll catch a rat.
That also is incorrect. The answer is the world will make a beaten path to his door. All right, Tigers, we are going to stay with you. Sports is the category. What award is presented annually to the most outstanding college football player of the year? Overall?
The Heisman Trophy.
It is the Heisman Trophy. Coming back to you, Cougars, grammar is the category. Some nouns are made up of 2 or more words, such as high school or right field. What are such nouns called? Catherine?
Compound.
Compound, very good. Coming back to you, Blue Valley, current events. Game 3 of this year's World Series went for how many innings? Overall?
18 innings.
18 innings. We met 7 hours and 20 minutes. It was the longest game in postseason history. Northwest, science, specifically psychology, is your category. Identified the syndrome named after an incident in a Scandinavian capital and used to designate the situation in which a captive begins to sympathize. Catherine?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome, very good. Back to you, Tigers. Literature is the category. Which book by Cornelius Ray chronicles the events of D-Day? Time on that. Cougars, chance to steal this literature question. Which book by Cornelius Ryan chronicles the events of D-Day? Olivia?
Dunkirk.
I'm sorry, it's The Longest Day. The Longest Day. Cougars, coming back to you, world geography. What post-World War II Summer Olympics city is on the St. Lawrence River? Olivia?
Ottawa.
It is not Ottawa. Tigers, chance to steal this world geography question. What post-World War II Summer Olympics city is on the St. Lawrence River? Overall?
Montreal.
It is Montreal. Staying with you, Tigers, another geography question. This time it's about flags. What South American country has a golden sun of May at the center of its flag? Overall?
Argentina.
It is Argentina. Northwest, coming back to you, sports and games is the category. In soccer, what is El Clasico? Spencer?
When U.S. and Mexico play.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Tigers, chance to steal this sports and game category. In soccer, what is El Clasico? Overall?
When the English Premier League and the Spanish Premier League play.
I'm sorry, that too is incorrect. You guys were on the right track, but it happens to be when Real Madrid plays Barcelona. Real Madrid plays Barcelona. Blue Valley, we're coming back to you. General knowledge is your category. Name the sole maker of uranium fuel in the United States. Time. Northwest, chance to steal this general knowledge category. Name the sole maker of uranium fuel in the United States. Olivia?
Boeing.
It's not Boeing. It's the Department of Energy. Department of Energy is responsible for that. Cougars, we are staying with you. Math is the category. Give the first derivative of the following expression. Negative 3x squared plus 4x minus 10. Spencer?
Negative 6x minus 4.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal. Allie?
Negative 6x squared minus 4.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. It's negative 6x plus 4. Plus 4. Tigers, we are staying with you. General knowledge, this time about boats, because we all have a general knowledge of boats. Here we go, Tigers. How many masts does a sloop have? Allie?
3.
There's not 3. Cougars, chance to steal this general knowledge about boats category. How many masts does a sloop have? Olivia?
1.
It does have 1. Cougars, staying with you, U.S. geography. What's the smallest state west of the Mississippi River? Olivia?
Hawaii.
It is Hawaii. Coming back to you, Tigers. Geology this time. It's a multiple choice question. Does the Earth's internal magnetic field originate in the mantle, the fluid metallic core, the inner core, or the crust? Joshua?
The fluid metallic core or the outer core.
That is correct. Cougars, coming back to you. This is language is the category. What literary device is used in the line, quote, "The road was a ribbon of moonlight," unquote? Catherine?
Metaphor.
It is a metaphor. Back to you, Tigers. Literature, Pulitzer Prize literature is the category. In 1963, what great American author received the Pulitzer Prize posthumously for his novel, The Reivers? Allie?
John Steinbeck.
It is not Steinbeck. Cougars, chance to steal this Pulitzer Prize literature question. In 1963, what great American author received the Pulitzer Prize posthumously for his novel, The Reivers? It was William Faulkner. William Faulkner. Back to you, Cougars, with U.S. geography. Of the following Gulf ports, the one handling the most shipping is Mobile, New Orleans, Houston, or Tampa? Spencer.
Houston.
I'm sorry, Houston is incorrect. Tigers, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Of the following Gulf ports, the one handling the most shipping is Mobile, New Orleans, Houston, or Tampa? Joshua.
New Orleans.
It is New Orleans. Tigers, staying with you with general knowledge. We'll go ahead and finish this question. What mechanism consists of a pawl that engages the sloping teeth of a wheel and permits motion in only one direction? Time. Cougars, chance to steal this general knowledge question. What mechanism consists of a pawl, P-A-W-L, that engages the sloping teeth of a wheel and permits? Garrett?
Ratchet.
It is a ratchet. Very good. And with that siren, it does denote the end of our first half of play. And Blue Valley has a slight lead here of a score of 11 to Shawnee Mission Northwest 7. At this part of our program, we are going to go to a member from each team to give us a campus update. And it looks like, Joshua, you're giving us the update for Blue Valley. So what's happening with the Tigers?
Well, John, our theater department recently put on a play called The Real Inspector Hound, as well as another one called Black Comedy. Our volleyball team recently finished second at state. Our debate team put on a fantastic tournament, hosted a tournament at our school last week. And also, we have the blood drive going on today.
All right, good job. All right, and Spencer, you were giving us the update from Northwest. So what's happening with the Cougars on 67th Street?
All right, so our NHS and Math NHS groups had their inductions earlier this week. Our girls and boys cross-country teams are going to South Dakota to run and meet. And we have tryouts for all of our winter sports coming up in the next couple weeks. And our theater is starting their auditions for our show, Oklahoma.
All right. So they're going north to run.
Even colder.
Oh, wow. Kudos to them. That's pretty exciting. All right. great updates by both teams. I'm glad to see that there are a lot of great things happening at both schools. As we continue and going into our second round, which is the lightning round, where we place questions on the floor for either team to answer. If the team brings in a response correctly, of course, they earn a point. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that category. As tradition here on Categories, we will start with our look and listen question. It is worth 2 points. We will show it to the contestants here with the monitor in the studio, as well as showing it on the screen at home. Just this reminder to contestants, when someone rings in, we cannot rewind the video. So here we go. Both teams hands on buzzers. Here's our look and listen question. This avenue associated with an arch has been the site of several notable military parades. Overall?
The Champs-Élysées.
Very good. That is correct. 2 points for Blue Valley. As we continue here with the rest of the lightning round, we will have questions placed on the floor for both teams. So here we go, both squads. The first category is government. Marx and Engels had an egalitarian ideal for society. What does the word egalitarian mean? Olivia.
Equal.
Equal. Very good. Science, specifically engines for both teams. What device is situated between the engine and the transmission to connect and disconnect the gears? Spencer.
Transmission.
Cannot accept transmission. Tigers, chance to steal this science engines category. What device is situated between the engine and the transmission to connect and disconnect the gears? Joshua.
The gearbox?
Cannot accept gearbox. It's the clutch.
Oh.
The clutch. Vocabulary for both teams. This word ends in ISH and means to reduce to ruins. Give the word. Spencer?
Demolish.
Demolish. Nice job. Fine arts, paintings for both teams. The Birth of Venus. I need you to match it with one of these painters. Botticelli. Olivia?
Botticelli.
Yeah, Botticelli. Yes. Didn't have to read the whole list. All right. Sometimes it's the first one. All right, here we go. General knowledge for both teams. What metal coats the bottom of revereware pots and pans? Oh, Nikhil.
Chromium.
That is not chromium. Cougars, chance to steal this general knowledge question. What metal coats the bottom of revereware pots and pans? Olivia?
Silver.
It's not silver, it's copper. Copper. Shakespeare is the next category for both teams. In Shakespearean English, it means "it seems to me," as in Hamlet's "the lady doth protest too much." Nikhil.
It pleases me.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
It pleases me.
I cannot accept that. Cougars, you have a chance to steal this Shakespeare category. In Shakespearean English, it means "it seems to me," as in Hamlet's "the lady doth protest too much." Methinks, the lady. Sorry, guys, that was a tough question. Spelling for both teams. How do you spell hypochondriac? Nikhil.
HYPOCHONDRIAC.
Nice job. Both teams, current events is the category. Scheduled to start in 2021, the European Union has recently voted to ban single-use products made of what material? Vince.
Plastic.
It is plastics. Yep. U.S. history for both teams. Most recently arrived immigrants to the United States in the late 1800s first lived in which of the following areas? In rural villages, isolated farms, outlying suburbs, central city, or Joshua?
No, Central City.
It is Central City.
Okay.
In this part of our lightning round, we are going to go with a new question that we've had for this season called the Theme Team Huddle. The Theme Team Huddle allows for teams to Communicate and collaborate before giving their answers. There are 2 questions associated with the team theme huddle, and the teams may ring in at any time. I will read each question 1 time, and then they will have 10 seconds to confer and ring in. Couple caveats here. The person that rings in has to be the team captain. They have to get both answers correct. If they don't get both answers correct, the other team will get a chance to steal, and it is worth 2 points. So it is a 2 points or nothing kind of deal here on the team theme huddle. So here we go, both teams. The category is World War I. First question. This British cruise ship appeared on U.S. Army recruitment posters. And question 2. These newly introduced warships, or this newly introduced kind of warship, were originally cargo vessels with their decks extended. Spencer.
Lusitania for the first one. And Dreadnought.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this team theme huddle question. Joshua.
Lusitania, an aircraft carrier?
That is both of them, yes. Lusitania and aircraft carriers. So 2 points to Blue Valley. U.S. geography for both teams. Name either one of the 2 avenues in Washington, D.C. that are located on the north and south sides of the National Mall and lead to the Capitol. Avril?
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Pennsylvania is not one of them. Cougars, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Name either one of the 2 avenues in Washington, D.C. that are located on the north and south sides of the National Mall and lead to the Capitol. Olivia?
Washington Avenue.
It is not Washington Avenue. Independence Avenue and Constitution Avenue are the 2. Science, medicine for both teams. In human blood, does the term triglycerides refer to sugars, proteins, amino? Joshua?
Lipids.
Lipids or fats, very good. Both teams, government and economics for both teams. What does the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment prohibit? Catherine?
The government favoring of a religion.
Very good. Yep, state-sponsored religion. Very good. Both teams, sports and games is now the category. What was the first sport in which women were invited to compete in the Olympics? Gary?
Volleyball.
It is not volleyball. Tigers, chance to steal this sports and games category. What was the first sport in which women were invited to compete at the Olympics? Nikhil?
Soccer.
It's not soccer. It was tennis in the 1900 Paris Games. Vocabulary for both teams. In the dictionary, symbols across the top of vowels tell you how to pronounce the word. What are these symbols called? Joshua?
Accents?
I cannot accept accents. Cougars, chance to steal this vocabulary category. In the dictionary, symbols across the top of the vowels tell you how to pronounce the word. What are these symbols called? Catherine?
Long marks?
Cannot accept that. They're diacritical marks. U.S. history, presidents for both teams. There have not been 3 presidents with the same last name, but there have been 3 vice presidents with the same last name. What is that name? Johnson. Sometimes it's good just to guess on those. European history for both teams. In 1947, Britain's George VI dropped his title as emperor of what country? Overall?
India.
India, very good. Math for both teams. Kind of a complicated math question, so get your thinking caps on here. Here we go. The square root of 144 minus the cube of 2 is what? Nikhil?
4.
4, very good. Tried to read that question slow. All right, literature, poets for both teams. This English romantic and mystic not only wrote his poems, but also did the illustrative engravings for them. Name him. It's not Lord Byron. I've got to get it. Northwest, I almost gave away the answer. All right. Northwest, you have a chance to steal this literature poets question. This English romantic and mystic not only wrote his poems, but also did the illustrative engravings for them. Name him. Olivia?
Tennyson?
No, it's William Blake. William Blake. Both teams, foreign language is the category. It should be world language is the category. Armada is the Spanish word for large fleet. What is the Spanish word which we use in English to mean a little fleet or a fleet of small vessels? It's a flotilla. A flotilla. Geography for both teams. The horse latitudes are to 30 degrees as the doldrums are to what degrees? Overall?
The equator.
The equator, or 0 degrees. Very good. Science, anatomy for both teams. What do we call the main extensor muscle of the arm? Vince?
The bicep.
It's not the bicep. Cougars, chance to steal this science anatomy question. What do we call the main extensor muscle of the arm? Olivia?
Is it the tricep?
It is the tricep to extend, yes. World history for both teams. What Cuban revolutionary leader died in 1967? Vince?
Che Guevara.
Very good. Literature for both teams. Name the 18th century English bookseller and publisher who of the first books for children. Vince?
Charles Dickens.
It's not Charles Dickens. Cougars, chance to steal this literature question. Name the 18th century English bookseller and publisher of the first books for children. It's John Newbery. Ancient history for both teams. For 1,500 years, the Sumerians dominated the Fertile Crescent. Let's finish this question, just for those that are playing at home. For 1,500 years, the Sumerians dominated the Fertile Crescent area of Mesopotamia until in 2000 BCE, the city of Ur was destroyed by enemy forces. After 2000 BCE, what two kingdoms, one in the north and one in the south of Mesopotamia, replaced Sumer as the bastions of power? Overall?
The Assyrians and Babylonians.
Those are the two. Very good. And with that correct response, you have come out a little bit higher on the lead with a score of 23 to Shawnee Mission Northwest 12. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.